Welcome to the 2011 USA Triathlon Age Group National Championship in beautiful Burlington, Vermont.
August 20th, 2011. To be here is to be among the premier age group triathletes in the country.
1,850 athletes will toe the line for the right to be claimed national champion.
It's got the best field of any race in the country, apart from maybe Ironman Hawaii, but everybody shows up here. You've really got to bring your A game to have a good performance.
From daybreak, the transition area is a hotbed for all pre-race activity. From official scrutiny to essential final preparations. In this time before the horn, athletes' minds go from big picture.
The whole atmosphere is energizing and inspirational.
We're going to New Zealand this year, that's for sure. Her and I both.
To immediate concerns.
About that hill over there, man. I don't know what you guys were thinking about.
That hill, a daunting climb. Just part of a national championship course comprised of a 1,500-meter swim, a 40-kilometer bike, and a 10-kilometer run that concludes at the epic waterfront venue of Lake Champlain. But race conclusion is not foregone. The swim start is at hand, and just prior to 7:30 a.m., an unparalleled assembly of athletes is at the water.
The deepest field ever in the history of our sport. Good luck, athletes!
The race goes off in waves separated by age groups that span decades, with the oldest competitor, Odd Sengsland of Plainview, New York, giving nearly 65 years to the youngest, Hunter Lucy of Lutherville, Maryland. But with only 4 minutes between waves, the water soon becomes a churning, multicolor medley of swim caps. So if the swim is your strength, now's the time to capitalize. Top age grouper Natalie Kirchhoff explains.
Taking advantage of your strength, and for me, it's the swim, is big. You don't know how the rest of the race is going to pan out, so you definitely want to hone in on your strength and make sure that you put the pedal to the metal so that you get as much of an advantage out of your strength as you can.
Heading into transition number 1, athletes must summon new muscle groups into action, as the burden carried by the upper bodies during the swim must now be assumed by the legs for the bike. Where entering the water can be a plunge, mounting the bike can be a tightrope. It's often a rolling climb onto a thin frame and a bottleneck of athletes eager to attack the road. But soon enough, the course opens up, and triathletes like Andrew Braun get into gear. Looking strong as ever, 47-year-old Jennifer Myers shows why she's a 4-time member of Team USA. Triathletes attest to the sport's gregarious spirit. Jameson Bull of Medford, Massachusetts is a case in point. National champions are born of passion and dedication. With 7 consecutive championships entering the day, nobody understands this better than Stephen Smith.
It's a lifestyle. I did my first triathlon in '83, first Ironman in '85, and I haven't looked back since. It's been pretty much non-stop.
On a stretch of highway begging for a big gear, North Carolina's Tara Flint takes full advantage. Now with a corner into town, and the lake in sight, T2 beckons. It's no secret that success in triathlon most often comes down to the run. As gaps are closed, championships can be claimed. Bodie Olmos of Los Angeles sets out to do just that. Defending champs like Doug Clark are targets, a fact that warrants the utmost respect from top contender Dave Slavinsky.
To be a national champion, to unseat a guy like Doug Clark, who's won the last 3 national championships in this age group, it would mean a great deal to me to be able to take on somebody like Doug Clark and his stature and be able to come out ahead of him.
Any success on this run will start with a climb. Close to an 80-foot rise in the very first half mile of the course. 24-year-old Claire Bootsma treats the obstacle as an opportunity on the way to a second-place finish in her age group. Long-haul trucker Sifiwe Baleka trains out of his rig while on the road and thinks nothing of this little stretch of street. Over the crest and into town is 18-year-old Kate Buss, 2010 National Duathlete of the Year. With everyone out of the saddle and on their feet, goals are in sight. From personal records to a spot at the World Championships, it's all here for the taking. With just a few miles to go, Megan Ann Harris of Green Lawn, New York, kicks in the cadence. Because she, like every athlete who worked so hard to make it this far, will savor that first glimpse of it, the finish line. Elation, pride, and satisfaction. 3 emotions that here are in abundance. Emotions that are best shared through the words of past and present national champions.
To be able to call myself a national champion is just cool. It's a special award. It comes from the sport that I love, and to be well and do well at this event means the world to me.
The first one I did, my only hope was that I wouldn't be the last guy to finish because I felt so inferior. And slowly I worked myself up a notch or 2 past that. And it's been a real challenge and a lot of fun along the way.
For top finishers, the opportunities afforded them can be priceless.
I was born in another country, and my first opportunity I took US citizenship and tried to make the team. To be able to represent the USA on an international level is something of which I'm very, very proud.
And so this record field starts the bid to return next year, to this very spot, for the shot to become a national champion.